Dear students, welcome to my YouTube channel Unique Physics by HJ Sir. Here we will discuss 12th Physics, chapter number 1, Electric Charges and Field. Here we will solve exercise example number 1.5. Okay, so our question is given: when a glass rod is rubbed with a silk cloth, charges appear on both. Okay, so this is simple rubbing process. Glass rod is rubbed with silk cloth, charges appear on both. A similar phenomena is observed with many other pairs of bodies. Explain how this observation is consistent with the law of conservation of charges. Okay, so in terms of law of conservation of charges, we will explain the phenomena of rubbing process. Before rubbing the glass rod with silk cloth, so this is the initial situation. Okay, before rubbing the glass rod with silk cloth, both were chargeless, means charge on a glass rod as well as charge on a silk cloth are zero. Therefore total charge of this system was zero. Okay, this is our initial situation. After rubbing process, okay, equal and opposite charges appears on both body. Okay, this is our standard observation. When glass rod is rubbed with silk cloth, electrons are lost by glass rod, so glass rod becomes positive charge and equal number of negative charge is developed on silk cloth. So okay, so after rubbing process, equal and opposite charges appear on two body. Therefore again total charge of system remains zero. So initial situation, charge of the system is zero, total charge of system is zero, and in final condition after rubbing process, total charge of system is zero. So this observation consistent with this observation. This is our standard observation. This observation is consistent with the law of conservation of charges. Okay, so this is your solution of this question. Next example, example number 1.6. 4-point charges QA is equals to 2 microcoulomb, QB is equals to minus 5 microcoulomb, QC is equals to 2 microcoulomb and QD is equals to minus 5 microcoulomb are located at the corners of a square ABCD offside 10 cm. Okay, so here we have square ABCD. Length of each side of square is 10 cm and here we have 4 charges placed at the 4 corner of square. Now what is the force on a charge of 1 microcoulomb placed at the center of the square? So here we want total force acting on this charge, 1 microcoulomb charge placed at the center of square. So first of all we draw figure and then we use equation of Coulomb's law to find total force on this charge. So this is our square ABCD. Okay, this is our square ABCD. Here we consider 4 charges QA, QB, QC and QD. Okay, length of each side of square is 10 cm. Okay, this is our center point of the square and here we consider Q0 charge. Q0 charge is nothing but it is 1 microcoulomb charge. Okay, now first of all here we measure distance of Q0 charge from the corner of this square. Okay, in short here we want smaller distance. So first of all here we use Pythagoras theorem. So according to Pythagoras theorem, this is our hypotenuse. Okay, here we consider our right angle triangle. So this is our right angle triangle, triangle ABD. Okay, so for right angle triangle ABD, we consider Pythagoras theorem. So according to Pythagoras theorem, square of hypotenuse BD square is equals to square of first side of right angle triangle. So BD square is equals to AB square plus square of another side of right angle triangle. Okay, this is our right angle triangle. So we consider this triangle. So BD square is equals to AB square plus AD square. Therefore BD square is equals to, here AB and AD are equal, tan square plus tan square. So BD square is equals to 2 into tan square. We want only BD. So BD is equals to, here we apply square root. So square root of 2 as it is, and square root of tan square means 10. So BD is equals to root 2 into 10. Okay, here we consider centimeter unit. So our distance is given in centimeter. Now here we want only half distance. See this figure very carefully. Hypotenuse B into BD is equals to 2 into R. Okay, so if we want half distance, so R is equals to BD by 2. So 10 into root 2 divided by 2, it becomes 10 upon root 2. So this is our distance. Here we use centimeter unit, okay, for distance, but convert this unit into meter. So R is equals to 0.1 upon root 2 meter. So this is our distance of Q1, QA, QB, QC or QD charge from the center of square. Okay, and this distance are equal. Now here we have 4 pair. This is our first pair, this is our second pair, this is our third pair, and this is our fourth pair. We will use Coulomb's law for this fourth pair, and then we consider total force acting on this charge. So now here we have value of 4 different charges. QA is equals to 2 microcoulomb, means 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb. QB is equals to minus 5 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb. QC is equals to 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb, and QD is equals to minus 5 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb. Our central charge is 1 microcoulomb, means 1 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb, and we already calculate distance of charges, okay, from the center of square, that is small r, 0.1 upon root 2 meter. Okay, here we use this distance in Coulomb's law. So first of all we consider force between first charge and middle charge QA and Q0. So according to Coulomb's law, this is our first force, so we use symbol F1. So F1 is equals to, our equation is K, first charge is QA, second charge is Q0 divided by distance r square. Now substitute all this value. K means Coulomb constant 9 into 10 raised to 9, QA it is 2 into 10 raised to minus 6, and Q0 it is 1 into 10 raised to minus 6 divided by square of distance, means 0.1 upon root 2 whole square. Clear? Now try to find the solution of this example. So the solution of this example is 3.6 Newton. So force produced by first charge or first pair of charge is 3.6 Newton. Similarly, here we consider force between QB charge and Q0 charge. This is our second charge, so we use symbol F2. F2 is equals to, here we will use same equation, K instead of QA, here we use QB. So K QB Q0 upon R square. Substitute all value. K 9 into 10 raised to 9, QB this is our negative charge, okay, minus 5 into 10 raised to minus 6. So this term becomes negative, minus 5 into 10 raised to minus 6 into Q0. Q0 means 1 into 10 raised to minus 6. So we simply use here 10 raised to minus 6 divided by 0.1 upon root 2 square. Now find the solution of this question. So F2 is equals to force acting on middle charge due to second charge, okay, QB. F2 is equals to, here we have minus sign, so our answer is minus 9 Newton. Okay, so first force F1 is equals to 3.6 Newton, second force F2 is equals to minus 9 Newton. Now here we have third pair, force between, consider third charge, force between QC and Q0 charge. Okay, here we will use same equation. This is third force, F3 is equals to, here we use K QC Q0 upon R square. Now substitute all quantity. K 9 into 10 to the power 9, QC 2 into 10 to the power minus 6, and Q0 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb. Divided by distance same, 0.1 upon root 2 whole square. Okay, now try to find the solution. Okay, this is similar to our first force. Okay, so our answer is 3.6 Newton. Okay, so this is our third force. Okay, now here we have fourth pair, force between QD and Q0 charge. So this is fourth force, F4 is equals to K QD Q0 upon R square. K means Coulomb constant, 9 into 10 to the power 9. QD, again we have minus 5 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb charge into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb charge, divided by distance 0.1 upon root 2 whole square. Okay, this is our negative charge, so this force is also negative. F4 is equals to, okay, minus 9 Newton. So this is our fourth force. Now see this figure very carefully. Okay, this is our first force, F1. Okay, it is 3.6 Newton acting in this direction from center point to C point. Okay, this is our second force. Okay, minus 9 Newton. This is acting towards B point because second charge is negative charge. Okay, now this is our third force, F3 is equals to 3.6 Newton acting towards A point. Third charge is positive charge, so direction of electric force is away from this charge. And we have last pair, okay, QD and Q0 charge. Again QD is negative charge, so direction of F4 is towards D point. So see this figure very carefully. We have 3.6 Newton force in this direction, and we have 3.6 Newton force in totally opposite direction. So this two force will cancel out. Similarly, minus 9 Newton force acting towards B point and minus 9 Newton force acting towards D point means again these two forces are also equal and in opposite direction. Similarly, 3.6 and minus 9 Newton forces are equal and opposite direction. So in short, we can say that total force on Q0 charge is equals to 0. Okay, so here we prove that total force on Q0 charge is 0. Next example number 1.7. This is theoretical question. First point, an electric field line is a continuous curve. That is, a field line cannot have sudden break. Why not? Okay, so explain this reason why field line cannot have a sudden break, means field line is continuous curve. Second question, why two field line never cross each other at any point? So this is a theoretical question. The solution of our first question is, whenever we consider electric charge, okay, in electric field, so electric charge is placed in electric field, it experience a continuous electric force. Okay, electric force acting on this charge is continuous and it traces a continuous path. Okay, the path of the force is continuous, so electric field line is also continuous curve. Okay, so without any break we can draw continuous electric field line. Okay, charge is placed electric field, it experience continuous electric force, so it traces a continuous path, so electric field line is continuous curve without any break. Now solution of second question, why two field line never cross each other at any point? So here we consider two field line. This is our first field line. Okay, first electric field line and this is the second electric field line. Suppose these two field line will intersect at this point. To find the direction of electric field, here we consider two tangent. So first tangent, that is for first field line, and here we consider second tangent. This second tangent used for second field line. Now the solution of this question is, if two field line intersect, so two different tangents can be drawn at that point. See this figure very carefully. Here we consider two different tangent, means here we have two different direction of electric field. So for single point, for same point, we have two different direction of electric field, and for same point, suppose we have two different direction of electric field, so this is not possible, this is impossible thing. So at same point we have two different direction of electric field, two different tangent, this is not possible for any point. Okay, so two field line will never intersect each other.